used to be when people talked about the end of the world. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? I hope so. I'm seeing something here, so I'm hoping that's going well. Right, so I'm going to do a little bit of a audio kind of adventure and a little bit of a video adventure here into the wonderful world of Archaeogaming, and I'm really hoping that, yeah, it's going to go well. So bear just with me just one moment here. So I'm hoping that that all comes through nice and clearly. You can tell me on the Twitch channel if that's not so good or good. There's currently 3 of you watching right now. That's quite dangerously quick. So if you have any messages to send me, please send them into the live chat. Tell me if you can actually hear me or not. That music, of course, was from my younger brother. Now let's just change some stuff around. Right, let's see if you can actually see me. Hello. This is the Anarchaeologist, Tristan. As you might know me, I am on all your main media kind of outlets. Now, let's just adjust this webcam a little bit so you can't see less of the room. If you're interested in that music, just check out Smoking Diamonds, one of my brother's older projects. So what I'm going to do right now is going to start up Assassin's Creed 3. And the reason I kind of chose Assassin's Creed 3 is there is a reason for it. It's not just any kind of reason. I'm playing with a controller because that's the only way to play these kind of things. And I'm just going to, yeah, give it a shot. I mean, Assassin's Creed is quite an interesting game to me because to me it represents very much the way of Archaeogaming, in the sense that it presents the past as a simulated experience. And I think a lot of the time what happens is that when we interact with the past in video games, a lot of the time it is very much, well, you don't need to use your imagination, this is how it was. There are other games that, as I've spoken to with one of my good friends who actually Twitches as well, BC Jura, if you want to check him out, we were discussing earlier about how history is reflected in different ways in games and how sometimes that isn't correct. And I'd like to kind of walk through Assassin's Creed 3 with you guys just for a little bit. I've never played it before, and I'm hoping that this is quite interesting for you. Now, I'm just going to adjust the microphone volume just a little bit because I don't think it's actually that high. So if you, yeah, I'm just going to change that. Let me see, am I going to adjust it a little bit more? Give me a moment. Is that a bit better? Yeah, that sounds a lot better for me. So if you are in the, if you wanted to message me at all, you'll be over there in the little chat. And, well, let's get to it. I've turned down the music here in Assassin's Creed. Maybe we'll put it on again, because it's quite nice music, actually. Let's just put that one. Shunk. That's quite loud. General. Music volume. Just a little bit high. Is that okay? You feeling, guys? You got feeling that? You feel that, guys? It's good. It's good. Right. Again. Yeah. Jura's typing stuff in the chat right there, and it's a bit. Yeah. And well, I'm hoping that people go and check out his channel. He streams a lot more than I do. I don't really ever stream at all. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get to it. So, if you're not, I don't want to do that. If you're not familiar, we actually, I used to do a show on the Archaeology Podcast Network. Start a new game. Oh, Jesus, right. What should I call myself? What should I call myself? Do you know what? There's a great, I'm a really big fan of stars and astronomy, and there's a great system out there which has a lot of my kind of love for. It's mentioned in Star Trek, and it's called the Rigel star system. It's really, really cool, actually. It's a really cool system. So I think I might call myself Rigel just after that star system, because I think Desmond's a bit boring. It's a bit bland, let's face it. Desmond from the previous 2 instances wasn't too cool at all. But hopefully this Rigel is probably the best one. What do you think, Jura? If you're still, if you haven't already kind of disappeared. Yeah. You know, I've realized how stupid in-jokes are when nobody knows what you're talking about. So, you know what? I'm really a big fan of Rigel, actually. It's a really good name. It's like Nigel, but a bit more interesting. So anyway, let's be called Rigel.
Used to be when people talked about the end of the world, we locked them up. Or laughed them off. Sometimes both. But we never took them seriously. Maybe we should have. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Better to start at the beginning, with the abduction of Desmond Miles, my son. This boy had no ambition, no direction, no plans for the future. What he did have was a heritage, one he chose to deny. It nearly cost him his life.
I mean, deny. I mean, Jesus.
He was captured and imprisoned. Those who took him believed he could help them find something.
Yeah.
The apple. One of several artifacts we call pieces of Eden. Bits of ancient technology scattered across the globe. Some hidden, some found, all of them dangerous. Most are held by a single group, the same group that now had Desmond. You know them as Abstergo Industries. We know them as the Templars. Ooh. As the enemy. We've been fighting them for thousands of years.
So, I actually wonder
believe the stories of their origins.
What the Templars were before
all,
1,000 years ago.
I've seen the truth. That's the beauty and the horror of the Animus. A device that allows us to enter and experience the lives of our ancestors. It holds the power to change.
Did he say lives or lies? Because I think there is something to be said for both interpretations of what he said.
When the truth. We're trying to fix that. To free minds and bodies both. But there's only so much that we can do.
And
the
lies.
Templars have the upper hand these days. But something larger than the Assassins and Templars is approaching. Bigger than all of us.
So
and if
cool.
we can't find a way to stop it, these next few weeks will probably be our last. Everyone's last.
Yeah.
In the end, it all comes down to him. To Desmond. Through the Animus, he discovered his heritage, explored the lives of his ancestors, and uncovered their secrets. When that was done, he trained. He used another ancestor to provide decades of experience in the span of a few days. It worked. We think. We hope. Soon we'll know. That ominous date fast approaches, December 21st, 2012. None of us knows what it'll bring, only that this is where they want us to be. When it does.
Do you know, I think it's really, really kind of funny
fractured, frustrating way.
Playing this after 2012.
The first civilization, the ones who came before. A precursor race of immense power and uncertain motives.
Precursors. I mean, what precursor? What was that from? Jack and Daxter, precursors.
And through him, us. He
Also,
stands at the entrance to this long-lost place.
very
armed
Mass
with the
Effect-y as
knowledge of
well,
Altair
you know,
and the abilities
with
of
the
Ezio.
Protheans.
He
The
holds in
Protheans
his
were Mass
hands
Effect.
the apple of Eden,
The
and we
previous
stand
kind
at
of
his side,
people.
ready to support him however we can. His name is Desmond Miles, and he has brought us to the end.
Wonderful. Oh, Jesus. The problem is, this is basically... What's happening here? Oh, wonderful. Oh, we kind of jumping around. Ooh, what's happening? Ooh, 10:31:12. Cool. Right, let's go. Again, if there is a dip in frame rate, it's because my computer's not great. But hopefully, it seems like it's hovering around, you know, late 50s, 60s. So hopefully that's coming across all right. But you tell me what it's like. So what we're going to do is basically get through this. Now, Desmond has changed since the last game, which is a bit odd, but you know what? I'll live.
Let's go.
Let's go. Now, Assassin's Creed is fantastic in several ways. I think the thing is, Assassin's Creed, first of all, demonstrates a history that is simulated. So, not only am I playing Desmond, playing someone else, I'm also playing as a character. And I think that's what's really interesting, that sets apart Assassin's Creed to other games that focus on history. So, when you have a typical historical game, you inhabit the player that does it immediately. You know, like, your connection to the player is just, you know, direct. Whereas Assassin's Creed puts Desmond in the middle. And by doing that, they actually separate out the important place that archaeologists have between the past and present. So I think that's my first point about Assassin's Creed in specifics. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to turn
down went Alice after it, never once considering how in the world she was to get out again.
That's Steve. Is that Steve Merchant, or is that like a budget Steve Merchant? Sounds like it. Looks like it. He's doing the Crystal Maze now. It's pretty good. Pretty good. If you ever watched it previously with Richard O'Brien, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna just... Can I just pause this just for... Yeah, thank you. Right, options. This is getting a bit loud, so turn that down to about 5. Voice volume about 5 as well. Okay. Right. Let me see. Right. You know, I would really... Can anybody IMDb that? Anyway, my encoder... Why do you want to know my encoder settings? BCJR is so into his encoder settings. It's quite amusing, actually. He's like, oh yeah, no, I've got the 300. You know what? I'm just hoping it works. I don't know. I mean, what's it looking like on your side? BC, you got something for me? I must say, it does look wonderful. Can I... Ooh, right. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Ooh, Isn't it... How is that a bit of light? Because... No, how is that even possible? Like... Seriously, wait. We turned left down into a cave, right? And then suddenly there's light behind us. You know what, Ubisoft? You've disappointed me with the way you've set up your levels. It's pretty clear where that stands, right? I mean, Assassin's Creed does fall into the incredibly samey world of ancient relics doomed. Like, that's doomed to humanity. Now we have to use them to fight. And... You know, while I completely appreciate what Assassin's Creed is really trying to do with the story, I get that, but at the same time I feel a little bit like, oh, not this again. Especially with the kind of alien precursor races, really... Jeez. Did anybody else see that?